Hello, my name is Zander Livingston. I am currently the Global RFID Manager at Maxim Label and Packaging. I currently live in Vermont with my two dogs and my two children who are 17. I cut my teeth in RFID back in 2005, working for Radiant RFID, where I was a project manager implementing automated attendance solutions, traffic monitoring solutions for large multi-day conferences for Cisco and IBM. Um, I was basically in charge of setting up all of the different read points, doing the testing, debugging, training of other staff members on how to configure readers and set up antennas properly for best read accuracy. During the downtime during the shows, I was able to test RFID. We used to fill boxes full of labels and throw them through some of our threshold readers. And we used to try to make bracelets out of RFID tags to see how effective they'd be, how far off the skin. So I've been playing with RFID for the last 20 years. After Radiant RFID, I was hired by American Apparel to come up with a solution to fix their inventory issues. I spent over 4 months in the trenches working in their busiest store in the stock room. Um, Once I completed that, I knew my focus would be on store inventory accuracy and replenishment. Being a boutique style of an application, it was critical to know that every particular item that was available in the store was represented on the sales floor. The nice thing was that when I started to build this system and see the results, not only were we getting high accuracy of our inventory and replenishment was in real time, but we also cut back on the amount of labor to count the products to keep our sales floor accurate from about 25 to 30 hours down to about 45 minutes of scanning with RFID. So huge breakthrough in labor savings, but again, my focus was on inventory accuracy and replenishment, which is where you get the greatest ROI um, for companies like American Apparel. I started that in 2007. At that time, there was not a cookie cutter solution. So I worked with Oat, I worked with View, I worked with Extraprise, among others, trying to find who had a retail solution. Nobody at the time had anything that was plug and play. So I helped those companies design solutions for retail. And at the end of the day, we chose to work with Extraprise, who is now part of SML. Um, During that time, I was also able to work with engineers from Motorola, Symbol Motorola, on designing the first MC handhelds because the 9090s were too heavy for a lot of our staff members to carry around for 45 minutes. I also had an integral part on helping move people who were looking at RFID into actually implementing. So I spoke on lots of stages and at lots of conferences, RFID World, Journal Live, NRF, to name a few, and was kind of at the leading edge and the forefront of RFID back in that day. And we were able to build a solution that satisfied the needs of the accuracy and the replenishment. But then as we started to roll that out, we looked at other opportunities like security gates, um, overhead real-time solutions. And this was a little early in the adoption, so none of that stuff worked very well at that time due to hardware limitations, software limitations, and really experience. So I got a world of experience because I plugged in every reader. I configured all the readers. I mounted all the RFID workstations. I tagged up the first 12 stores to learn the best methods for tag ups of existing inventory. I drove the implementation at the manufacturing level, the DC, and at the retail because it was a closed loop company and really got a wealth of experience by being very hands on with RFID. And in 2010, we decided to leave American Apparel and we formed TrueCount, which was sort of the first of its kind RFID solutions developed specifically for retail and supply chain logistics. And because retail wasn't taking off, we had to pivot a little. I've built solutions for the airline industry, for professional sports, with hockey and Major League Baseball, asset tracking solutions, pharma solutions. as well as retail and a lot of warehouse applications. 2020, I sold TrueCount to Charming, um, and worked for them for a couple of years to develop their promotional and marketing and sales tools to help them transition from a label company over to a software provider. And after that, I went over to Seawick and I helped design some of the latest hardware that they use now and selling, from handhelds using the new E710 chips to multi-port readers and workstations to support a lot of the suppliers now who are tagging and looking for either packing validation modules or maybe inline tunnels to record EPC capture on the outbound. So I've had my hands in many areas of RFID. I've gotten to know all sorts of people, starting with Arkansas when I was at American Apparel and working at the RFID lab there with their engineers, to working with pretty much every hardware manufacturer out there, testing their equipment, testing inlays. Currently at Maxim, I have a lab where I test inlays, and I help support a lot of the suppliers who are being mandated to tag. So I come up with best performance, best looking, easiest to apply types of tests and results for these suppliers so that they can move forward efficiently when it's their time to start to RFID label. I've also worked in agriculture applications as well. So I have a wealth of experience, a lot of hands-on knowledge about RFID, and I've made a lot of friends along the way. I've um, been a part of a number of consultation opportunities where I've helped either help design their solution or implement solutions and try to avoid a lot of the obstacles that we ran into initially with RFID, and kind of streamline their efforts. And I would love an opportunity to work closer with Rain Alliance. When I joined Maxim, one of my first orders of business was to join Rain. So now Maxim is a member, and I'm honored to be considered for a position on the board. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.